What's going on, people? TLD TV, we're here doing a part 2 interview now with Deli J, getting deeper and deeper into our word, talking about the gospel, talking about all elements of being a gospel rapper out here in the UK, but I'm sure it resonates abroad as well. It's quite a universal issue and a universal struggle in terms of Christian music, in terms of gospel rap specifically. So we'll be delving a little deeper, discussing another crucial part of that, which is finances. As a gospel rapper, are you making millions right now?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, so in terms of where we are, in terms of genre, we know that you can be successful and make a good living from gospel rap. We've seen people in the UK that have been doing it for quite some time. Your Faith Childs, your Governor B's and such, your Dwayne Triumphs and that. These guys started out from quite humble beginnings, but without having a glance inside anyone's checkbook, inside anyone's bank account, we know that it hasn't been as lucrative as other secular artists.
Yeah.
How has that happened, and why do you think that divide exists?
Gospel rap or Christian rap is very niche. It's very and it's not pop music. And because of that, and because it's a strong message you're putting out there as well. So naturally, it's not going to be as received as everything else. And so the guys you mentioned, Faith Child, Governor B, who they've been doing it for years and years, donkey's years. They've achieved a level of success as far as the gospel Christian world is concerned. But I find that in order to excel and to have a larger following, they also have to do what they can independently to sort of break into, get more hearts open to their music. So Governor B sort of changed a few things and changed his sound a little bit just to accommodate that, to get more of an audience, so to open up people's ears to more of his music. The thing is, you can be amazingly talented, but if no one knows you're there, then you can put anything on. Anyone can put music on iTunes, anyone can put music on Google Play or wherever you put it on Spotify, but you need to market it in such a way that it can get on blogs and it's open to more people. Why are they not as successful as secular artists? I think from the outset, just based on the message that they're putting out, they knew that. I think they knew themselves that they wouldn't be have that level of following, and it's okay. It's okay. I wish there was more support for gospel artists, secular Christian artists. I wish there was more support for them. But like I said, I encourage people to keep going.
Should the church be playing a role in supporting artistry? Yes. Without being too controversial, yes, they should support artists that they believe in. The challenge with the church, and I'm just going to be real with you, what I find with the church is that the church can be two-sided, can be two-faced. They want to support you, but they want you to do it for free. Does that make sense? So yeah,
so you have so they do an event, for instance, and it's not all churches. I'm just giving examples of the things I've seen. They do an event. They invite an artist to perform. Circularly, you would invite the artist to perform. I mean, when I say secular, I mean professionally. You'd invite an artist to perform, however big they are, even if they're not a huge artist. You would discuss a fee, right? And they'll tell you what the fee is, and if they're happy with it, they'll show up. Yeah. Just generally, professionally, that's what should happen. Church-wise, they invite you to perform at a convention, a conference, or whatever. You just show up. They just invite you to show up. They don't say anything about money. And then as soon as you talk about money, the impression is that you're doing it for Jesus, so you should be doing it for free. And I think that's a very unfair way to look at things. And I think the church needs to unlearn that if someone's providing a service, the service is music. I think people are under the impression that music is the easiest thing to do. They don't understand the costs that go with recording, producing, mixing, mastering, promoting, putting an album out, all of that. You're talking anything for an entire piece of work. You're talking about anything between 3,000 to God knows 10,000 or whatever. When it comes to paying for every single step and packaging as well.
Statistically worldwide, the average cost of a small independent album would go as low as 11,000. In terms of the top end, it's usually recommended a budget of 100,000+ in terms of successful artists. So yeah, that's what we'd be talking about there. Yeah.
So we're talking about a lot of money. So to expect people who are, and majority of Christian artists are independent, and the Christian record labels aren't hugely they don't have the huge finances either to back people up. So we're still talking about really doing your best to manage your finances. And so when people turn up and you give them the impression that you don't value their art because, oh, do it for God, do it for Jesus. And I always say one thing, and if I work directly for Jesus, I would be very paid, because he does not spare. He gives freely. He will pay for every single thing. So when you ask someone to do something for the church, you should at least appreciate them. And I'm not saying, I've had someone ask me to travel to Manchester before to perform, and I was like, okay, well, so how much am I getting paid? I was like, just come over there, we'll talk about it. It's like, no, so that's one of the limiting things, and that's one of the reasons, if I'm honest, one of the reasons why people just jump out of the Christian market and go elsewhere. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but I'm saying if you come across too many people like that, they limit your art. They don't value what you do, and that's one of the challenges I have. So, do the churches support the art? I think they should support the art, but supporting is not just supporting a rapper or a singer or whatever and saying, oh, that's our singer and we're backing him up. Supporting the art is by valuing it and saying, okay, we don't have a lot of money, what can we can we offer you a meal, a dinner or something? Can we give you something? But give them something. Don't not give them anything and expect them to turn up for free. It's a different case. I mean, if I go to a church, my church, I serve in my church, so I don't expect, if someone gave me something for singing in the worship team, I give them the money back because I serve. But when it's something you do professionally, yes, you do it. You put a message of Christ and salvation and all that out there, but it's still music. It still costs money to make music, and I think that should be appreciated. If that's done across board, like it's done in the secular world, or at least it's appreciated. If you perform in a secular event, even in an open mic night, they give you a voucher for a drink in the club, in the pub, or whatever, in the club. They give you something. And if that's done across board in a Christian world, then we would have more people getting the opportunity to be successful, and that's what's really lacking financially in a Christian world.